Michael Jordan versus Isiah Thomas. Michael Jordan and Isiah Thomas's rivalry went beyond regular on-court competition. It became one of the most heated player rivalries of the late 1980s and early 1990s. It was a rivalry that was rooted in physical defense, playoff warfare, and public moments that went on to define the relationship between themselves. From 1988 to 1990, Thomas's Detroit Pistons defeated Jordan's Chicago Bulls in 3 straight Eastern Conference playoff series. Detroit had a strategic defense, which went to be called the Jordan Rules. This strategy was designed by the Pistons coach, Chuck Daly, and the execution was for defenders to force Jordan left while they crowd him on drives and deliver a hard contact in the paint. Although this strategy was within the confinement of physical standards of the late 1980s basketball, but on the other side, it was a deliberate and aggressive move. However, the most pivotal confrontations came in 1989 and 1990 Eastern Conference. In 1989, the Pistons went on to defeat the Bulls in 6 games, and in 1990, the Pistons went on to win 7 games, thereby advancing to their second straight NBA championship. But in all of these celebrations and advancement, Jordan made a public statement against the Pistons' style, stating it was beyond normal competition and it was becoming too physical. It was at this point their rivalry was defined. On May 27, 1991, the Bulls finished a 4-0 sweep of the Pistons in the Eastern Conference Finals, ending Detroit's era of conference dominance. And with 7.9 seconds left of Game 4 at the Chicago Arena, Thomas led several members of his team, including Bill Laimbeer, off the court. They stomped out of the court without shaking hands with any of the Bulls. It was a big moment, as television cameras captured that very moment, and it got more replay value than any occurrence during this era. Jordan and Scottie Pippen remained on the court as several Pistons players left the game before the final buzzer. In a bid to justify his actions, Thomas went on interviews and stated that he believed the Bulls had previously shown poor sportsmanship. However, Jordan went on to address the issue years later. He simply made it known that the act was disrespectful to his teammates and the sport at large. After the first occurrence, another major rivalry between the duo resurfaced again in 1992 during the Dream Team selections. Thomas, who was a 2-time NBA champion and also a 12-time All-Star, was basically snubbed for the U.S. Olympic. There were a series of reports flying around. It was all about Jordan would not honor the invitation if Thomas was included, although Jordan went on to deny this. It became a hot topic of Jordan influence over Thomas at such a level. After 1991, the Bulls went on to win 3 straight championships, giving Jordan the bragging rights he was robbed at the inception of their beef. Despite the end of their NBA career, Jordan and Thomas' rivalry was never resolved publicly, and they rarely appeared at league events. Their rivalry went from a strategic defensive scheme to decades of rivalry. Larry Bird versus Magic Johnson. This rivalry was the clash of cultures. It was Bird's blue-collar, Boston Celtics, versus Magic Showtime, Los Angeles Lakers. This was not just a random beef. It was a rivalry that spanned over a decade and impacted the league to a global consensus. This duo has one of the most documented competitive dynamics in the history of the NBA. It all began from the collegiate level, and it brought more attention to the league throughout the 1980s. On March 26, 1979, Bird's Indiana State Sycamores faced Johnson's Michigan State Spartans in the NCAA championship game. In this game, Michigan State won 75-64. The broadcast drew the highest television rating in NCAA basketball history at that time, establishing a national narrative built around their contrasting styles and backgrounds. However, they both entered the NBA later that year. Bird was drafted by the Boston Celtics, 6th overall in 1978, debuting in 1979, while Johnson was drafted 1st overall by the Los Angeles Lakers in 1979. Their impact respectively was noticeable on their team. Boston improved from 29 to 53 in 1978 to 1979 to 61 to 21 during Bird's rookie season. The Lakers on the other end improved from 47 to 35 to 60 to 22 with Johnson. He went on to win the Finals MVP as a rookie in 1980, after starting at center in Game 6 for the injured Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and went on to record 42 points, 15 rebounds, and 7 assists. Despite their individual performances, their rivalry escalated through 3 NBA Finals matchups. First in the 1984 NBA Finals, where the Celtics defeated Lakers 4-3. Bird went on to average 27.4 points and 14 rebounds per game. Boston won Game 7 at home with 111-102. The series also included Game 4's overtime victory in Los Angeles, thereby shifting the momentum after Kevin McHale's hard foul on Kurt Rambis. The 1984 NBA Finals marked Bird and Johnson's first championship meeting, escalating a rivalry that had begun in college. The second finals incident was during the 1985 NBA Finals, when the Lakers went on to defeat the Celtics 4-2. This was quite historical, as it was the first time the Lakers defeated Boston in an NBA Finals. Johnson averaged 18.3 points and 14 assists in the series, and Game 1 became known as the Memorial Day Massacre, with Boston winning 148-114, but Los Angeles recovered to win the series. And in the third and final moment was in the 1987 NBA Finals, where the Lakers went on to defeat the Celtics 4-2. Game 4 in Boston went on to feature Johnson's decisive junior skyhook with 2 seconds remaining. In this game, Johnson averaged 26.2 points, 13 assists, and 8 rebounds across the series. But between 1980 and 1988, either Bird or Johnson appeared in every NBA Finals. A look into their championships collection during that era. Magic Johnson won 5 NBA titles with the Los Angeles Lakers in 1980, 1982, 1985, 1987, and 1988, while Bird won 3 NBA championships in 1981, 1984, and 1986. Their regular season meetings totaled 37 games. The Lakers held a 22-15 advantage, finals head-to-head. Johnson's Lakers won 2 series, while Bird's Celtics won 1. Their rivalry was consistently framed around Celtics versus Lakers. It was more of a franchise rivalry revived by their presence. On the good side of it, in 1992, both were teammates on the U.S. Olympic Dream Team. Kobe Bryant versus Shaquille. The rivalry between Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal developed inside a championship locker room and ultimately led to one of the most consequential trades in NBA history. O'Neal signed with the Los Angeles Lakers in July 1996. Bryant was acquired via the usual draft day trade, the same year after being selected 13th overall. By the 1999-2000 season, under head coach Phil Jackson, the Lakers became title contenders. That season, O'Neal averaged 29.7 points and 13.6 rebounds, and won the regular season MVP award. The Lakers went on to defeat the Indiana Pacers in the 2000 NBA Finals, where O'Neal averaged 38.0 points and 16.7 rebounds and was named Finals MVP. The Lakers repeated as champions in 2001 and 2002. During the 2001 playoffs, the Lakers went 15-1, which was the best postseason record in NBA history. O'Neal went on to average 30.4 points and 15.4 rebounds in the 2001 Finals, while Bryant averaged 24.6 points during that playoff run. In the 2002 Finals sweep over the New Jersey Nets, O'Neal averaged a solid 36.3 points and 12.3 rebounds. Despite sustained success, their tensions escalated over offensive roles, leadership authority, and preparation habits on and off the court. Bryant publicly expressed frustration with being perceived as the secondary option. O'Neal, in interviews during the early 2000s, referenced Bryant's shot selection and decision-making. However, the 2003-2004 season marked a turning point. During training camp, O'Neal publicly criticized Bryant's off-season conduct related to his Colorado legal case, referencing it in a rap lyric. Bryant responded in interviews questioning O'Neal's conditioning and commitment. Reports later indicated that communication between the two deteriorated throughout the season. Meanwhile, the Lakers reached the 2004 NBA Finals after defeating the Spurs and Timberwolves in the Western Conference playoffs. The Lakers lost 4-1 to the Detroit Pistons in the 2004 NBA Finals. O'Neal went on to average 26.6 points on 63% shooting in the finals. Bryant averaged 22.6 points but shot 38.1% from the field. After the series, O'Neal publicly demanded a trade, as it felt like no breathing space for him. On July 14, 2004, the Lakers traded O'Neal to the Miami Heat for Lamar Odom, Karen Butler, Brian Grant, and a future first-round pick. Shortly afterward, Bryant signed a 7-year contract extension worth approximately $136 million. The rivalry continued in head-to-head matchups. On December 25, 2004, Bryant scored 42 points in an overtime win against O'Neal's Heat in the 2006 Christmas Day rematch. Miami defeated the Lakers 101-85. The duo later won the championships without the other. O'Neal won the 2006 NBA title with Miami, earning his 4th championship. Bryant led the Lakers to titles in 2009 and 2010, winning the finals MVP both times. Earlier, before Bryant's moment, in 2008, O'Neal stated on TNT that Bryant couldn't win without him, and Bryant responded in subsequent interviews referencing his later championships. After winning a championship with the Boston Celtics, O'Neal recorded a freestyle song titled "Kobe, Tell Me How My SS Taste" in 2008. Their reconciliation became public during the 2009 All-Star Game, where both were named co-MVPs, LeBron James versus Paul Pierce. From repeated playoff confrontations between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics, and on spillover into James' tenure with the Miami Heat, the conflict was competitive, rooted in postseason elimination games, direct scoring duels, and public statements acknowledging the tension. The first major postseason clash occurred in the 2008 Eastern Conference semifinals. The series went on and extended into 7 games. Game 7, played on May 18, 2008 at TD Bank North Garden, and went on to become the defining moment. James scored 45 points on 14 of 29 shooting, adding 6 rebounds and 5 assists. Pierce, on the other hand, responded with 41 points on 13 of 23 shooting. Boston won 97-92, which led to the Celtics' advance and later won the 2008 NBA championship. That game established a direct competitive benchmark between the two forwards. The rivalry intensified in the 2010 Eastern Conference semifinals, where Boston defeated Cleveland 4-2. In Game 5, the Celtics won 120-88 in Cleveland. James, on the other hand, scored 15 points on 3 of 14 shooting. After the series ended in Game 6, James left the floor without addressing the media, an action that gained a lot of reporting attention at the time. That offseason, James announced his move to the Miami Heat. In the 2011 Eastern Conference semifinals, James and the Heat defeated Boston 4-1. In Game 4, James scored 35 points, while Pierce scored 27, but Boston went on to lose the series, marking a shift in postseason momentum. The most documented moment occurred during the 2012 Eastern Conference Finals. Boston led the 2012 Eastern Conference Finals 3-2 heading into Game 6 in Miami. While they faced elimination, James delivered one of the most statistically dominant playoff performances in the history of the NBA. 45 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists, shooting 19 of 26 from the field. Pierce scored 9 points and fouled out with just 4 minutes remaining. Miami won Game 6 and later Game 7, thereby advancing to the NBA Finals. The Heat went on to win the 2012 championship. Pierce publicly addressed the rivalry in interviews, stating in 2013 that James had to go through Boston during his Cleveland years. And James, on the other hand, acknowledged the Celtics as a consistent obstacle during multiple postseasons. On stat ground and head-to-head playoff series, both players produced high-volume scoring performances, and their rivalry did not involve suspensions or physical altercations. It was defined by elimination games, scoring duels, and franchise-shifting outcomes. If you enjoy this kind of NBA content, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks. Kevin Durant versus Russell Westbrook. The rivalry between Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook originated as a partnership in Oklahoma City and evolved into one of the most scrutinized player conflicts in the history of the modern NBA era. Durant was drafted 2nd overall in 2007 by the Seattle Supersonics franchise, which relocated to Oklahoma City in 2008. Westbrook was selected 4th overall in 2008. By the 2009 to 2010 season, the Thunder reached the playoffs. Between 2010 and 2016, the duo led Oklahoma City to 4 Western Conference Finals appearances: 2011, 2012, 2014, 2016, and 1 NBA Finals appearance in 2012. In the 2012 NBA Finals, the Thunder lost to Miami 4-1. And Durant went on to average 30.6 points in the series, while Westbrook averaged 27.0 points. The team went on to remain a championship contender for the next 4 seasons. The defining turning point occurred during the 2016 Western Conference Finals against the Golden State Warriors. Oklahoma City led the series 3-1, where the Golden State won games 5, 6, and 7, thereby eliminating the Thunder. In the series, Durant averaged 30.0 points but shot 28% from three-point range. Westbrook, on the other end, averaged 26.7 points, 11 assists, and 7 rebounds. On July 4, 2016, Durant announced via the Players Tribune that he would sign with the Golden State Warriors, which was the team that had just eliminated Oklahoma City. That move immediately altered league balance and initiated a public fallout. Westbrook was notified just before Durant's announcement. although many Thunder players learned about the decision after it became public. Durant's departure created a competitive and a more personal fracture. In the first regular season meeting on February 11, 2017, Westbrook recorded 47 points, 11 rebounds, and 8 assists in an Oklahoma City victory over Golden State. Durant scored 34 points for the Warriors, in which the on-court game included multiple verbal exchanges between the former teammates. On February 16, 2017, during a nationally televised matchup, technical fouls were assessed after Durant and Westbrook exchanged words. That season, Westbrook averaged a triple-double, 31.6 points, 10.7 rebounds, 10.4 assists, and won the 2017 MVP award. Durant averaged 25.1 points with Golden State. During the 2017 Western Conference playoffs, Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder had a face-off with the Houston Rockets in their first round. The Houston side was led by James Harden, who went on to defeat the Oklahoma City 4-1 in the series. During that 5-game series, Westbrook averaged 37.4 points, 11.6 rebounds, and 10.8 assists, thereby completing one of the highest-scoring playoff series in the history of the NBA. Meanwhile, Kevin Durant and the Warriors advanced through the Western Conference before defeating the Cleveland Cavaliers in the 2017 NBA Finals and winning the championship. It didn't end there. The public went on to fan their rivalry. In 2019, reports surfaced about Durant using social media burner accounts in 2017 to respond to criticism, including remarks suggesting Oklahoma City's roster limitations without him. Although Durant went on to later acknowledge about operating alternate accounts, the competitive phase concluded when Westbrook was traded to Houston in July 2019. Durant won 2 championships, 2017, 2018, and 2 Finals MVP awards with Golden State. While Westbrook remained with Oklahoma City until his trade, their rivalry remained one of the most consequential teammate-to-opponent transitions in NBA history. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you in the next video.